for this demo right here, this is more of out of the box. So as you can see from the home screen, you're going to have your quotes, orders, customers, and my items. But this can be configured to any part in screen. If you have a dealer who's just going to put in quotes or orders, you can eliminate some of these boxes or functionality. So starting here, this is the basic dashboard. And what we're going to start with today is building out a quote to send to our prospective customer and work through that process and configure the product. So we're going to click on the quote product here. So while looking at here quickly, these are the quotes that have previously been done, but we're going to start with a new quote today. So we're clicking on the new quote here. One thing to notice is from a dealer facing portal here, the location is very big as far what location is this dealer putting in the order for. So we're here in Dublin, Ohio, so that's the location we're going to choose today. And then we're going to be choosing from our customer, which is Shady Acres Retirement Home. They're going to be buying some new doors for their apartments. One thing we can add is the quote name right into here that can be integrated right into our ERP solution. So we're just going to make a note that they're buying some doors today. So the other piece we have are our 4 main tabs here. The header tab is going to show, hey, here's the customer. We can add a PO number that can be managed within the sales portal, or you can be, managing this through your ERP, and this can have a seamless integration that is built out. It also highlights some of their information from their address to shipping and payment information. This is good if you have a sales rep who needs to call someone about an order or verify what their payment terms or where this product is being shipped. From the pricing tab, we can choose whether there's any additional discounts we may need to add based on the other rules that we've already created and the pricing structure we've negotiated with this distributor. The next tab is going to be our items area. Now this is where we're going to select our product and start the configuration process. So as mentioned today, we're going to be ordering some wood doors for our new apartments here at Shady Acres. So we're going through our item list. We can see wood door. As we're choosing here, a few options pop up. These are known as our constraints, but we're going to come back to that here shortly. First thing we want to do is we see wood door is chosen. Now it's time to configure the product. So we click on our configure button right here, and this will launch right into our configurator. As mentioned before with Design Studio, we've already developed all of our rules and our pricing model for the configurator to go through and configure this product. So starting on the left, just basic navigation of the configurator. On the left is going to be our Q&A type questions showing where what we're creating and what needs to be known for us to configure this product. So we're going to run through a few options here and start configuring. As we can see, we can click right on with some nice thumbnail pictures of which model door we need to select. Whether we may not know the product number, we'll be able to select visually with what product we need to configure. So for here, we're going to be going with a nice door. And as we can see, it moves right to our next question. As you can see with the red asterisk, these are questions that need to be answered in order for us to complete the configuration. So as I'm going to walk through, I'm going to be choosing a couple different options that we need for selection here. And as you can see on the right, this is our summary base tab. As we go through the selection, each item will be populated through. So I'm going to choose a few. And then there are some options here from a configurable. These questions can be configured from a drop down, a radio button, or just a simple text in. But also, one thing I want to highlight, there was no option for selection on the fire rating here. This question can be eliminated from that as well. So here we go through, we're going to choose the thickness and run through a few other questions. And as we're doing this, I want to highlight as well, we have our bookend right here, which is our summary tab, which we see on the right. Along with this checklist right here, this will be our pricing. So we've known right now the base price of the model of door we've chosen. But as we go through more selections, we'll see this populate through. So as I'm selecting a few more options here, we'll see as the configuration gets bigger, what our new pricing is going to entail. And then other things as well, such as sticking profile. We've added these visual images, which you saw earlier with the door. Sometimes your sales reps may not know exactly what product, but they'll be able, from a visual standpoint, be able to pinpoint here. So as we're going through, we see the questions are populating right through. So let's select some of our premium options here. The other thing to note too is if you want, you can choose to have all your questions displayed on one page, or we could have, say, 5 questions and other tabs that will populate. For the purpose of this out of the box, we're just showing it on one screen for the purpose of this demo. All right, as we're getting close to the end here, we've finished our configuration of the product. The other piece that we can do here is if this is a product that's going to be ordered repeatedly, we can create a smart part number or an intelligent part number to have for save for later use. For today's, we're not going to worry about that. So we've noticed that our summary tab has been updated with all of our selections of the product. If we need to go back and check, we can choose from the summary menu. It will take us right to the question and the configuration. Everything looks good on this end. Let's review the pricing. We see that we have some different options here. And then also you can add images. From this is a 2D rendering of the door. One thing I want to highlight is it gives you the height and width of the door. But if we were to make a change of that door width, say to 30 inches instead of 26, the door and the rendering will change in real time. As we can see, the 26 has now went to a 30. So we have our door and product configured. Now let's go back into the quote. By doing that, we're going to click right into the finish button here, and this is going to add a line item right to our quote. So we see right here, the line item is populated. We see what our total price of the door is, $1,189. Now for this sake, we're going to be ordering 100 doors for these new apartments they're putting together here. And that will adjust the total and put it right to. One other thing I like to add here is, say, as we mentioned before with the smart part number, this may be a door that's going to be ordered repeatedly. You know, as we know, accidents happen at apartments, doors get ruined. We can change this to a name configuration. So we know this is going to be ordered. We could just put Shady Apartments, and we know we're going to be ordering that door over and over, potentially as a longtime customer. So that can be saved as a name configuration. So coming back into the quote, we wouldn't have to configure this product again. We can just click on this name configuration button and load up this line item and configured product here.